And it really just makes you feel crazy. It's so absurd. Hey friends, today we're gonna talk about how the narcissist plays mind games to trick you and manipulate you. So before we get into this, welcome to my channel. My name is Elizabeth. I am a certified transformational life coach and I help women to thrive after narcissistic abuse so you can live an amazing, beautiful, wonderful life that you deserved. So let's go ahead and dive into these 10 different mind games that a narcissist plays that is totally going to manipulate you and make you feel crazy. All right, so the first one, and I've got my notes here, they're going to take your kindness for granted. So a lot of us, we may be able to relate that we are givers, people pleasers, maybe you're an empath. It took me a long time to realize that that was the case. And that's why I was so kind and giving no matter what the narcissist did to me. He was able to continue to do it because I was forgiving, I accepted it, I thought I could fix them. So if you are that person, then they're most likely going to take that for granted. They're going to overuse that power against you with your kindness. They know you're forgiving, so they're going to push the limit when it comes to manipulating you and controlling you, whether you're experiencing different kind of abuse, emotional, psychological, financial, spiritual, physical. Now, I endured all of that in the 15 years that I had with this narcissist, so I can completely relate. All right, so the mind game, yes, they're definitely going to take your kindness for granted. All right, number 2, gaslighting. And I'm going to give an example of this because it can be a little bit confusing. But gaslighting is basically crazy making, like making you feel crazy when you are the genuine one. You are the one that's being honest. You don't lie. You're going to give. You had the best intention in whatever you did. For an example, when we signed up our twins for preschool at a Christian school, their dad was completely for it. He was like, we need to get our kids started in some kind of school, education. It's so important. We had these conversations. We agreed about it. I went ahead and signed them up. That's what we agreed to do. Well, everything was in my name. And then when the payments came in, when we actually had to pay for the Christian school, he just totally neglected that he agreed to pay for the school. So in his mind, yeah, he agreed that we were going to put them in Christian school. And mind you, we're paying for 2 kids because they're twins. And he completely neglected the fact that it was going to cost money and that he was going to help pay for it. So I got stuck the entire year. It was a year contract paying for 2 of our children to go to Christian school while he just completely got away with it. And he, of course, gaslighted me and made me feel like he was right. And I started to believe him. And it really just makes you feel crazy. It's so absurd, the mind games that they will play on you. And we start to believe them because we are wrapped in this cycle of abuse. And all right, number 3, another mind game that a narcissist will play is triangulation. Now, this is basically when they use a third party to take control of the situation. And it could be anyone. It could be a family member, friend. It could be a new female. Maybe he's cheating on you, things like that. So an example for me is he would always play my sister against me. He knew we were close. He knew that he would often help out with the kids and we would go places, things like that. Once I would give him like a little bit about my sister, he would completely use that against me. He would make stuff up. Oh, your sister said this and you need to stop hanging out with her, or I can't have her around my children because she does this. You know, if I say, well, she drinks and then he's now sober, because that was another manipulation tactic he used on me, that he became sober. And maybe he says, well, she can't be around the kids because she drinks. So now he's using a third party to manipulate me when he knows that our bond is really close. So that's an example of triangulation. All right, so number 4, a tactic that a narcissist will do to manipulate you is love bombing you. So this often happens in the very beginning of a relationship. And this is why we get swept off our feet, right? Because the narcissist is tending to you, they're listening to you, they're asking everything about you, they're sending you flowers, gifts, they're totally spoiling us. This is a tactic of manipulation. They are learning about us, so later they can use that against us. And as flattering as it is that someone is asking about you, that's what all these dating tips and how to really find the love of your life, right? They're like, it's somebody who has to ask about you and see how you're feeling and see how your day was. Well, that is what a narcissist uses to get you, because now you're feeding them information that they can later use against you. So it's completely a manipulation tactic, and it's how they will take control of you later on in the relationship. All right, so number 5 is projection. So basically, projection is when they use things or words against you. If you're telling the narcissist that you feel like they're cheating on you and you confront them about it, well, the narcissist is going to do the same to you. They're going to bring up later in a situation that they feel like you're cheating on them. It's just crazy making. This is what they do. They're using exactly the same words that you've told them against you. He would project that on me. Every time something would come up, and if there was a male involved, it was that I was cheating. So that's projection, and they use that to gain control, make you feel crazy, because we start to believe them. So, all right, so number 6 is ghosting. This is a manipulation tactic where they just completely disappear. The ex that I was with, he would be out all night, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, completely disappear. He had great excuses. My sister was sick. She was in the hospital. My dad wasn't doing so good. Oh, I had to go bring him food. They always had an excuse. We believe it because we're genuine people. Like, oh my gosh, if your family member is going through this, yeah, we want you to be there. But they completely spin it out of control. And again, they're taking your kindness for granted. So ghosting, they just disappear. Maybe it was someone you were dating for like 3 weeks and then they just completely disappeared. But they come back 2 months later, and probably in that time, they got their supply from you in the beginning, and then maybe they found somebody else for those 2 months, but then that new relationship kind of fell to the wayside. It wasn't very exciting for them anymore. So then they come back to you and it's like, okay, where were you for the past 2 months? Well, they ghosted you. Now they need more supply from you because the previous relationship fell off. So that's ghosting. All right, number 7, playing the victim. Oh my God, my ex did this all the time. Usually when he was drunk, it was like way out of control. If there was a death that he heard about, he would say, oh my God, that was my best friend. And after 10, 11 years, I was like, oh my God, he's got like 30 best friends. Like, people were passing away and it was like, oh, we were so close. I just talked to him the other day. Like everybody was like best friends with him. This is something we should be mourning together, but not using it like, well, that's the reason I disappeared for hours, or that's the reason I went to go sleep with this girl because she listened to me and you didn't. Like, that's not a good reason to do that to someone, and that's very toxic for a relationship. So they play the victim. All right, number 8. They seek revenge, and be very careful with this, because if you were in a physical violent relationship like I was, you want to make sure that you're safe. And if you got children, you want to make sure that your children are safe. They will seek revenge. When I left the narc a year ago, he tried to do everything to slander me and slander my name, and he used all his flying monkeys to make me look bad. That was narcissistic rage or narcissistic injury, and there's times that I still fear my safety. Now, will I let that control my life? No, but to know and to be educated about it is so important, because now I know what I need to do to ensure my safety. But they will seek revenge, and you have to be strong enough, set up boundaries, take care of your mental health, self-care, things like that, to ensure that not only are you safe, but you are taking care of you, myself, if you have children, so you can take care of them, right? So they will seek revenge. All right, number 9, tell you that you can trust them. The person that I was with always used this word of trust. He would often say, trust me, trust me, trust me. And so I did trust him, and I did have proof of certain situations. So a lot of times as an empath, we have to have proof. It's like we can never go with our gut feeling. And if anything I've learned, please listen to your gut, because that is what is going to save you. Like, your instincts are there for a reason, so listen to them. So they will use your trust and gain your trust in order to manipulate and control you. All right, number 10, a game that the narcissist loves to use is the silent treatment. So just like ghosting, they might just go no contact for a while, or you might be in the household with them and they just don't engage with you. And maybe you feel like there's situation that you two need to talk about. Your parents, or you have an event coming up and you have to get things together, and who wants to go to bed, mad at each other, right? They're going to use the silent treatment to control you. So of course you're saying, hey, we need to talk about this. I want to feel better about this. Can we work this out? Can we fix this? They're going to go silent on you because that's how they gain control of the situation. And often if you're accusing them of something that they actually did and they're trying to cover for it, well, the best thing for them to do, rather than make a lie and bury themselves in a hole, is to give you the silent treatment, because at that point they don't have to explain anything. So these are the manipulation tactics that a narcissist will use to control the situation. Now, my story is all about the narcissist in my life was my relationship, but these could be anybody, your family, your friends, maybe a parent, maybe a coworker. So this is how a narcissist uses these tactics to take control of the situation and manipulate you. So I hope you guys found these 10 explanations of what they do to control you helpful. Make sure you click on the link in the description below so you can get my free guide on how to help you reclaim your self-love, your confidence, and heal after narcissistic abuse. Comment below. Let me know what manipulation tactics you have noticed the narcissist in your life doing. Do they control you? Do they do things in front of their friends that manipulate you? Do they ghost you? Do they project on you? Have they love bombed you? Like, give us some examples and help the community out. By sharing your experiences, you bring awareness to other people that are in the situations. Like, comment, subscribe, click on that notification bell. That way you'll be notified for all my new upcoming videos. All right, guys, I love you. I hope you found this video helpful. Have a blessed day. Stay strong. You are beautiful. You are powerful, and you are amazing. Take care. Bye-bye.